You ever wonder what really happens to all those clothes you see online? The ones that get bought, but maybe never even make it out of the box? Well, today we are pulling back the curtain on the secret life of the unworn wardrobe. And trust me, what we're about to find might just change the way you click Add to Cart. Let's dive in.
So let's just jump right in with a question. I want you to take a real guess here. What percentage of all brand new clothes, we're talking fresh off the production line, are actually destroyed before a single person ever gets to wear them? What do you think?
The answer, and this comes from a big analysis by the European Union, is somewhere between a staggering 4 and 9%. I mean, just let that sink in. That means billions of dollars worth of perfectly good, totally new clothes are just thrown out or destroyed every single year. It's an absolutely massive number, and it really begs the question, why on earth is this happening?
And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to investigate. We've broken it down into the 3 main reasons this happens, and you'll see that the logic behind it is, well, it's both fascinating and, honestly, kind of disturbing.
Okay, first up, something we all know and love, the incredible convenience of online shopping. That whole free and easy returns thing has completely changed the game, right? But it comes with this huge hidden cost that most of us just never, ever see.
So, check out the difference here. When we buy something from a brick-and-mortar store, the return rate is pretty low, only about 7%. But when we shop online, that number just explodes to 20%. That's nearly 3 times higher. And you know why? It's become totally normal to order a couple of sizes, maybe a few different colors, and then just send back whatever we don't want.
And this, right here, is the key. Processing all those returns isn't free. In fact, it costs a lot. Someone has to open the package, inspect the item, refold it, repackage it, and get it back into inventory. And for a lot of stuff, especially from fast fashion brands, that whole process costs more than the item is even worth. So what's the easier, cheaper business move? Just destroy it. It's estimated that almost half, up to 43% of all clothing that gets returned is never, ever resold. It just goes straight to the landfill or the incinerator.
But you know, it's not just about the cost of processing returns. Let's move on to our second big reason, because this gets into the world of high-end fashion. For luxury brands, the problem isn't about saving a few bucks on shipping. It's about protecting something they see as way more valuable.
Get a load of this number. Up until just a few years ago, in 2018, the iconic brand Burberry openly admitted to burning tens of millions of pounds worth of its own unsold merchandise every single year. And they weren't even hiding it. For them, it was just a part of their business strategy.
In this slide just lays out the cold, hard logic perfectly. For a luxury brand, their entire worth is built on this idea of scarcity, of exclusivity, of a high price tag. So, if last season's designer coat suddenly shows up in a discount store for 70% off, well, that tarnishes the whole brand image. So from their perspective, strategically, that coat is actually worth more to them as ash than it is on a sale rack. It's wild, but it makes a kind of ruthless business sense.
Now, as you can probably guess, stories like that caused a huge public outcry, and all that pressure led to a major new response from regulators. So let's shift gears from the problem to a really powerful new solution that's being put into place by the European Union.
It has a bit of a mouthful of a name, the Eco-Design for Sustainable Products Regulation, or ESPR for short. But its goal is actually pretty simple and super ambitious: to totally change the life cycle of products, forcing companies to be more sustainable from the very beginning, from the design phase, all the way to what happens to an item that doesn't sell.
The new rule really boils down to 3 key steps. First, an outright ban on destroying unsold clothing without a really good reason. Second, companies are going to be forced to tell everyone exactly how much stuff they throw away. No more secrets. And third, the law will push them to prioritize alternatives, like donating, reusing, or reselling that stock instead. And just so you know, this isn't some far-off idea. This is happening. The rules are set to kick in for large companies in July of 2026. And by 2030, they'll expand to cover medium-sized businesses too. This is a fundamental shift in how the entire industry is allowed to operate.
But while the regulators are forcing change from the top down, something else really powerful is happening. It's a trend that's reshaping fashion from the bottom up. Because while all this waste is a massive problem, a really exciting alternative is already booming.
Check this out. Right now, the secondhand clothing market already makes up 9% of all the money spent on apparel around the world. That is a huge slice of the pie. And what's even crazier is that it's growing way, way faster than the market for brand new clothes.
So what's driving this boom? Well, the reasons are pretty clear. It all starts with us, the shoppers. We get lower prices, we get access to cool, high-end brands we might not be able to afford new. On top of that, there's a growing environmental awareness. And it's all powered by technology. These super easy-to-use apps and websites have made buying and selling pre-owned clothes simpler than it's ever been.
All right, let's bring this all home. We've looked at the hidden cost of our online shopping habits. We've seen the stark business logic of luxury brands. We've talked about a major new law cracking down on waste. And we've seen this incredible consumer-led boom in secondhand fashion.
And really, this is the big takeaway. Our choices matter. A lot. Our demand for things like free and easy returns actually creates a system where it's profitable for companies to just destroy perfectly good clothes. But at the exact same time, our growing interest in thrifting and buying secondhand is building a powerful new market that gives clothes a second, third, or even a fourth life. We aren't just passengers in this system. We're the engine that makes it run. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Every single item of clothing in your closet has a story and it has a future. It traveled a really long way to get to you. The only question left is, where does its life go from here?